So let's continue with our discussion of how to analyze text files. And in this lecture, we'll focus on one of the simplest techniques, which is often all you need to do. Bags of words, essentially word counts. So this is what we'll explore in this lecture. As always, follow along. The code is in your GitHub repository. We'll focus here on English language parsing, but many of the principles we'll use are applicable to other languages as well. Well, let's load in the text file that we created in the previous lecture. We'll use the same open function, but we'll use R rather than W for write. So let's check the length. OK, we get our text file back. So let's here write a function to create a piece of text and return a data frame with word counts. Well, what are we going to do? Well, first of all, we're going to create an empty dictionary to hold our counts. And each key for this dictionary is going to be the word, and the values in this dictionary are going to be the count. So let's initialize our dictionary. And now let's split our text into a list of words. So split splits a text by any character. The default is a space, so if I don't specify an argument, it's going to create a list. From here, just separated by the spaces. And notice the spaces disappear as well. You could also split by any other character. Here we can split with a hyphen. And notice, so this one goes into the first element of our list. This one goes into the second element of our list, and so on. So now we can do the same with our EIR text. So we're going to have a list of words. We'll call it word list. And OK, the first 10, it looks like it works. So now let's loop over them. So we're going to loop over each word in this list of words that we just created here. Let's convert it to lowercase so we don't have separate counts for words that start with a capital or maybe have some uneven punctuation. Now we're going to do two options here. If this word, this lowercase word, already exists in counts, remember counts is our dictionary, we're just going to increase the value by 1. Or if it doesn't exist, we're going to initialize it and just set the value to 1 because we encountered it the first time. OK, so what went wrong here? We got 240 words that were real, but we didn't get anything. We got this key error for California. Pause the video and see if you can figure that out. Well, what happened? Well, the key error tells you that California is not a key in the dictionary. Why not? Well, remember we converted everything to lowercase. So we have 267 words that are California in this EIR. So let's convert this dictionary to a data frame now and sort it by the word count column and add a name to the index. So we'll import pandas. This is a nice constructor here that allows you to create a data frame from a dictionary. What's the dictionary? Counts. This tells you the orientation. We're going to create an index from the keys of the dictionary. And what's our column going to be called? It's going to be called word count. Let's sort so we have in descending order of word count. Let's call the index name. It's going to be word. And let's look at the first 10. OK. So this seems like it works. Now what I wanted you to do is pause the video here and see if you can turn these steps into a function. So, and what's the argument of the function? It's going to be this list of words. And what's the function going to return? It's going to be a data frame. So how did you do? Well, here we're just going to take all the code that we have above, we're going to indent it, put it inside a function, and give the function a name. What's it going to take? It's going to take this list of words that we created earlier with split, initialize our dictionary. We saw all of this before. We saw all of this before, and then it's going to return the data frame that we created. So a word list is going to be a text of the EIR split into words. Let's apply this function. Let's pass our word list and that then materializes inside this function and store the result in data frame. So we get exactly the same result as we did before. So what do we do now? Well, its next step is often to visualize our bags of words. And the easiest way is to just do a simple bar chart. You can also do H bar if you want, or bar H if you want it horizontally. So we can see the most common words are the and of, not as surprising, but there's also emissions here. Not surprising for an EIR that is dealing with emissions. You might be familiar with word cloud, and there are also Python libraries like word cloud that you can experiment with to generate word clouds and similar plots. I don't want to focus on them here because I don't want to encourage you to use word clouds, quite the opposite. Because a major downside of them is that the images are subtly biased. For example, long words take up more space. So word clouds can be a nice visual to motivate an analysis or provide some visual interest, but as an analytic tool, I would stick with bar charts or horizontal bars. If we look at the plot above, it's dominated by these small words like the and of. So this could be distracting. Maybe we want to remove them from the analysis. But this is a question we're going to save for the next lecture. But I want to leave you with a takeaway that word counts or bags of words are usually a first step when you're analyzing a text, and it's really simple to do. There's no reason not to do it.